Hello everybody and welcome back to Pinball. You know what that means. We don't know what the fuck to do, so you just get to listen to us ramble again.
Yep.
But that's alright.
You honestly, it might get to the point where we don't even ramble. It might just literally be the sound of pinball.
I mean, it could be. Oh hey, I have a new one that we've never tried before for...
Fishtail.
I've never even seen this. So I guess we're gonna play Fishtails.
This ought to be
Oh
interesting.
yay! Why does this look familiar?
I don't know. Oh, because it's an actual pinball machine.
Oh, this is an actual pinball machine, or does this just remind me of like the cover of a pro bass fishing game?
No, it's given little trivia about it down below, and it did say that this was released as an actual pinball machine, and was one of this specific company's most popular.
I think I saw one before an old arcade store. I think
The
it's
marketing
a mall.
slogan was "Catch 'em all, hook, line, and sinker."
Yep. Yeah, released in 1992 and sold 13,000 of them. I don't think it included the animated fisherman, but
You know, if it did.
well, okay. I hate it when they just go straight down. So, who's got a topic for today?
If we had a topic, we would actually have a game to play, not just this, and you know it.
Oh, that's not necessarily true. If we had a game to play, we'd be playing the game.
One game I kind of wanted to play, we can't buy it, and it's complete bullshit. Right? You can only buy it online.
Oh, he's talking about Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I was about to bring up Baldur's Gate, because we're thinking about recording it for the channel.
I mean, I am excited about it, and I do really want to play it.
Yeah.
So on a kind of related note, how would you guys feel about playing Diablo 2 for the channel?
You're gonna have to fight me for the Necromancer if we do.
Or, you know, we could just have 3 Necromancers and just say, fuck it, we're fighting for corpses.
Ha! That would be pretty
Because you know as well
terrifying.
as I do, Mason's going to play Necromancer as well.
After a while, that would get pretty horrifying.
Well, it's probably a good thing that after a while I just rely on my golems more than my skeletons.
I still remember way back in the day, just wandering around with like 30 skeletons. I never saw an enemy after that point. I got a notification that something died and some experience points. I don't know where they were, I don't know what direction they came from. Okay. But like my skeletons were just so far all over the damn place that they killed everything before I even got to take a good look at it.
Well, I didn't really start playing it until Diablo 3, but yeah, even then I put my first stop with Necromancer.
I believe Necromancer was DLC for Diablo 3. I don't think it was a base class you could play.
It was DLC, it wasn't part of the base class.
Well, I bought it on the Switch, and it was...
Oh, you...
And the Switch version immediately came out with the freaking Necromancer DLC.
yeah.
And the Crusader DLC, as I recall.
I believe so, yeah.
You caught one fish.
I caught a fish. The fish weighed 90.
Is that good or bad?
Mason, if we
90
saw a
what?
90-pound
Pounds?
fish, I'd be concerned.
90 what? Pounds? Cookies?
Yeah, just
What kind of cookies?
90. Again, when they go straight down, Oh boy. One of my favorite things about pinball is that I never know what the fuck is happening. I do not have to think about it. It is just paddleball, upboard, things happen. Move on.
It really is. It very much can be just a turn your brain off and enjoy yourself type of game.
Now, if we did do, I mean, we're probably going to do Baldur's Gate, but I'm wondering what classes people would want to see us do, or what classes you guys are considering doing.
You know my D&D like preferences. You know what class I'm going to pick if it's an option.
Yeah, but they don't. Like, in all likelihood, I'm going to be choosing between two classes. I'm going to be choosing between Fighter and Sorcerer, most likely.
How about you, Mason?
I know we've only played D&D with you a couple of times, but...
Well, like I said, I did play a little bit of it on the Steam Deck. I didn't play too much of it because I wanted it to still be surprising when we played together.
Doesn't answer my question.
Well, my thoughts are usually between the Warlock, the Wizard, or perhaps the Druid.
Okay.
All three magic classes.
Well, that is my preference.
40!
I caught two fish.
I don't know what that
it...
30 is about.
Neither do I. But I caught two fish that time. I got two collectibles. Oh, man.
I consider the cleric
You got a
with
boat.
abilities.
Boat and a talking fish.
But does it sing?
I don't know if it sings or not.
Oh god, that's a blast from the past.
Do you think you would do better if you were playing Pinball Wizard while you played this?
No, probably not. Well, let's try something I have a trial for, but haven't actually played. Sure, Rome. So you don't want to play like a melee combat class at all. Mason.
Honestly, not really. I prefer magic classes.
Ball saved.
Motherfucker.
They saved the ball for you.
Ball lost.
Oh, I only get to play the game for 2 minutes.
No, that's kind of boring.
Oh, it's a trial.
It should be like one game, that's it.
It's about time something happened. Goddamn.
Ball saved.
I was gonna say, there wasn't a whole lot going on this one there for a minute.
Yeah, really.
Kickback activated.
Why did the music reset when I hit the old man?
Hey, but the old man's playing the music and you just punched him with the ball.
Can you let me do something with my remaining 30 seconds?
Remember, Mason, Rome wasn't built in a day. But it did fall in one night.
Ball saved.
Yep.
Now, one of the things that I noticed about Baldur's Gate that could apparently happen And I don't know if we should. I gotta exit the table. I don't know if we should or not, but apparently one of the things you could do is you can split the party. I don't know about that. I don't think that's a good idea.
I feel like that could go horribly wrong.
It could. It really could. But it's an option that you have. I think the reason they gave was to try to make advance your personal goals quicker.
Welcome to the Sorcerer's Lair.
I mean, it makes sense if you have that one party member who does nothing but whine and complain that you're not doing what he wants to do.
True, but it's going to be the three of us and perhaps Brady.
Whisper isn't here yet.
One of the good things is that even if Brady's not there, we can still control this character.
Or something
So
will.
are you telling me that our goal is whenever Brady's not there to use him as the scapegoat?
Leaving so soon?
That's pretty malicious of you, Mason.
I mean, I'm not saying we should, but
Come on.
it is a possibility.
It sounds like you're saying we should.
Leaving so soon?
Shut up, wizard man. We're talking about other wizard men.
Don't be afraid.
Like Mason potentially being a wizard man.
What race would you pick, Mason?
Probably half elf, half human, so halfling is what it's called, I think?
Halfling,
No,
yes.
halfling is half.
No, a halfling is a halfling.
They're like hobbits, but
It's basically a hobbit. They just can't use the term hobbit because it was copyrighted by Tolkien.
Yep.
Which I find hilarious because even in the Lord of the Rings and even the Hobbit book, they still refer to hobbits as halflings.
I'm gonna be honest, you have no... I know you, so I know you wouldn't. You have no idea how badly I wanted you to say Dragonborn just so I could start chanting Lizard Wizard.
I mean, it was one I considered. I won't lie, I did consider the dragon.
Just
I did
Lizard
consider
Wizard, Lizard Wizard, Lizard Wizard, Lizard Wizard. Anytime your character was ready to do anything of significance, Lizard Wizard!
I feel like if I chose that though, I'd have to do sorcerer just to take full advantage of the dragon.
No, you'd have to be a wizard.
To the Sorcerer's Lair.
Lizard Sorcerer doesn't have the same ring to it. You'd have to be the Lizard Wizard.
I mean, it makes more sense than that Dragonborn cleric I played that one campaign with.
Don't be afraid.
I don't. I like the idea of having healing abilities, but I don't like the idea of being a cleric.
Leaving
I would
so
say
soon?
Paladin, but you don't want to do melee.
He can play Arcane Archer.
I don't know if they're going to include subclasses like that, although I really hope they do.
They do have subclasses, but I didn't go through them all. I know Warlock has the 3 different pack types, so like.
Yeah, Mason, that's because it's part of the base Warlock. I'm like talking about a fighter subclass.
I'm really hoping they have more than just the basic 3, but I'm also not going to be too disappointed if that is all they have. Because, like, don't get me wrong, the first thing that I think of when I think of wanting to be a fighter is Rune Knight.
I'm not sure if I didn't really go through all the options for the warriors.
Where could
Because you don't
Whisper
play
be?
melee.
Yeah, melee's not really my thing.
Leaving so soon?
Like Rune Knight or Arcane Warrior. Those are the bosses that I would like, you know, melee with a little bit of magic going on.
There's a secret door here.
They have like an arcane thief.
Or like sorcerer, I would love to do storm sorcerer. But I also would understand if they don't have storm
Take my
sorcerer.
hand.
I'm pretty sure I saw a storm sorcerer as an option.
If that is what happens, then y'all might not be able to stop me. I might just do storm sorcerer.
That's fine. I'm going to pick fighter. You know that.
I knew that, yes.
Both of you know that.
Leaving
Yeah.
so soon.
I
done a
run
campaign.
the like most boring melee character build you could.
You
think
usually
of.
go combat master, don't you?
I normally do combat master.
Which, don't get me wrong, combat masters can get ridiculous at higher levels. I once made a level 20 combat master for the sole purpose of deterring a party that I had going on, because they all wanted to fight him because he was a guard captain. So I had to make him stupid strong in order to deter them. And they get some ridiculous shit going on.
Take my hand.
I mean, I do wish I could play the old 3.5 class warmonger or warlord.
Yeah.
I know there was-
Go on, Mason.
I'm trying to remember because one of the characters that you have that's companion is a warrior, and I think I put her in in a combat master for her.
Where could Whisper be?
When she level up. I'm
don't
not
see
sure how you'll
Whisper
feel about her.
anywhere.
I hate her guts. I will say this right now. I honestly,
Leaving so
currently, I
soon.
hate her guts. If I have an excuse, I will not put her on my party. I just do not like her.
Honestly, if we have a party of 4, will we even have the option to put like the AI companions in the group?
I don't know.
We might.
Come
Like,
on.
I have no problems pulling a fucking Skyrim and like fighting that one absolutely worthless helper just to bring him along as fodder.
Or carrying capacity.
Pretty much.
There are a few good
Because, like, I know we have the option, and I really hope nobody goes for it, just because I want to see what everybody comes up with. They have the option to play as one of their pre-made characters.
So soon.
I probably won't. I will probably build my character from the ground up as much as I feel like.
And that's what I'm hoping everybody does.
That's what I did.
Well, you're going to have to make a new one, Mason.
I know, I'm not using the same character that I'm using now. I can't. I'll just make a new character.
Like, one of my favorite sorcerer memories was being a storm
You are
sorcerer,
not welcome here.
and I accidentally exploded a kobold's head.
Yeah, you've told us about this one.
I have, but yeah, it was absolutely not what I had intended to happen, but still.
That doesn't make it any less hilarious. It actually makes it more hilarious when the accidental things happen.
Whisper isn't here yet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've only summoned Whisper once. Calm down, kid.
There you are, Whisper.
Twice.
Extra ball is lit.
And I don't know where it is, so there's no point in telling me about it.
Where could Whisper be?
I don't know, we saw her 20 seconds ago, kid. Like I said, the one video that I've seen for Baldur's Gate made me
Leaving so soon.
ridiculously excited for it just because of how goddamn hilarious it was. And I don't remember if I told you about it or not, but I'm gonna tell you about it again anyway, just so that
Wild West Rampage.
it was Somebody was playing. They were either a halfling or a gnome.
You can
I
best tell
don't
a
know
town by its
which.
saloon.
A halfling,
yeah.
a gnome, or a dwarf.
Good for me. Bad for
But they had two options, and they chose to break down a door. And so they go up to kick. They go up to kick the
That was
door,
close.
and right when their foot comes up, it goes to an inside of the building, and the door shatters. And for the first like 2 seconds, you just see the door until the debris falls halfway past the frame, and then you finally see this fucker's head. And I don't know about you, but if I was inside that building, the door suddenly broke into pieces, only to reveal a goddamn 3-foot tall dude man on the other side of it, I'd probably feel a little intimidated, not gonna lie.
I'll never get tired of this.
And there's no shame in that.
You broke down the door, I wouldn't. There's no shame in it.
It was just, it was just a visual, because you see the rest of the party in the background. They're standing far enough away for you to know that there's no possible way they're the ones who broke the door.
What was that D&D like joke I read? Like, you come across a dragon that's a half-breed between two dragons.
A gold-laden
And it's like, what are you?
stagecoach
I'm a
is
half-dragon.
fast
Really, what's the
approaching.
other
Light the
half-dragon?
fuses, man, and
Does
blow it
that
to
make you a whole
smithereens.
dragon? You would think!
Quick! Gotta blow all the barrels
Right.
before the stagecoach arrives.
I
Lady-
think they crossed like a black dragon with a red dragon for that joke.
Leaving so soon?
They might've.
This ain't the town you're looking for.
It's alright, I also enjoyed seeing the premise of everybody plays a half character. You know, half elf, half orc, half dragon,
Oh, second chance.
half tiefling. And every last one of them was only raised by one parent. And so the goal of the party is to go find their father. And the only information they have to go off of is that he used to serenade their mother at night.
This sounds like the setup for the Adam Sandler movie Ridiculous 6.
It basically is, because somebody's add-on to that post was just a dude spitting out beer, and it was the bard watching his clusterfuck of half-breed bastards walk into the tavern.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Plot twist, he's the BBEG.
Plot twist, it's a gnome.
You can best tell a town by its saloon. Ouch. A nasty one. Good for me, bad for them.
So beyond that,
Oh,
Mason,
second chance.
what are you most looking forward to about either Baldur's Gate in general or just some of the other plans that we've made?
Well, with Baldur's Gate, I'm excited to see what kind of crazy characters and
I'll never
dialogue
get
we
tired of
create from
this.
this, because everything is influenced by, will be influenced by what choices we made.
Oh, there's absolutely going to be some chaos and some guaranteed hilarious moments.
I did not realize just how useful inspiration is until I decided to.
Oh no, Bardic Inspiration is amazing.
Not even bardic inspiration, just inspiration from like having the craftsman
That
trait
was close.
instead of like scholar.
I know,
Craftsman, I think.
I'm just saying that 9 times out of 10, the inspiration you're gonna get is Bardic, and that can change some things up for you.
Leaving so soon?
I haven't had a bard yet in my group.
This ain't the town
Just
you're
inspiration. It's like
looking
I
for.
got a natural. I got a critical fail, and it gave. I could use inspiration to give myself a second chance to actually get the pass. I was like, oh, thank God.
Gave him advantage.
Which is good.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna keep that. I'm not sure what class I'll get, but
That
I'm
was
gonna keep
close.
that. That's way too useful to pass up on.
Don't worry, Justin. Calamity Jane is here to save your ball.
No matter what, something will be hilarious, whether it's a joke or it's completely situational, like that halfling breaking down a door.
My big thing is when will I go from Paragon to Renegade, and what was the situation that caused me to do this? Because you know what's going to happen, where I'm just going to be this super nice fighter, and just at random, I'm just going to go, fuck you. It just fuck someone over hard for no reason.
As long as it's not us.
Honestly, I can't make any promises.
Considering the premise of the game, it would have.
I mean, that is true.
I'll be
From what I
back.
remember about the
If you
premise of
ain't
the
happy
game, we've
here,
all been infected
allow me
with
to saddle
something
up your horse, darling.
and are getting corrupted as time goes on.
Yeah, don't look up how they do that, because I want that to be a fresh surprise for you guys when you see that scene.
I don't plan on looking that up. The only thing I'm gonna look up is what classes are available for me to choose from, my guy.
You can best tell a town by its saloon. Ouch,
'Cause that's-
nasty one.
That's what I want to know.
For them.
All I can say so far about the Parasite is that our group is apparently unique, but I have no goddamn clue how we're unique. I never got that far, you know. So, as for how we're unique, well, what the uniqueness is, we're gonna have to find that out together.
You know, man, I love how you told me not to look up anything about it and then turned around and told me it was a parasite.
Yeah, I screwed that up, sorry.
You do that a lot, Mason.
Yeah, I don't know.
You do the Brady thing where you say, I'm not going to spoil anything, but... And then proceed to spoil a lot.
Yeah, it's unintentional. I'm not gonna say anything else about it. I mean it this time. I'm saying nothing about it. Whatever happens next, you'll find out in the game.
You know, Mason, the best way to stop talking about a subject is to change the subject.
You ain't heard the last out of me.
What other single-player or multiplayer games do you think they'd want us to play?
I'll never get tired of this.
Oh, Mason, that's a long list.
I mean, we did release that poll a while ago that a couple people responded to. One of the games that they responded to doesn't come out until, I think they finally came out with a release date for it,
Stagecoach is fast
October.
approaching. Light the fuses, man, and blow it to
And I think it's
smithereens.
Oh,
Lords of the
second chance.
Fallen.
Alright. That's what game you're
And the other game that, and I said the other game that was voted was actually Jack and Daxter, if I recall correctly.
True.
Which I already have.
Oh, there are more barrels. Look at that. He's still gonna succeed in the end. I'm not gonna hit these barrels. You can calm down the dramatic music.
What is Calamity Jane dueling Doc Holliday?
No, he's trying to rob a stagecoach and there's dynamite barrels. I think I've blown up all but one of them, but I don't know how to get to that other one.
Well, judging from what I'm seeing here, it's going to be very confusing to get to it.
Oh, it's gone now.
This ain't the town you're looking for.
I'm pretty sure this is the town I'm looking for. How dare you lie to me?
Did anybody see what I just got 1,000,000 points for? Because I did not.
I did not. I didn't even see 1,000,000 points. I saw 2,000 points back to back.
I saw 1,000,000, but I wasn't sure what it was for.
That was close.
Straight down. No, like I do have inscription. Well, you don't gotta keep asking me for my name. It's the same goddamn name.
You sure you don't want to change it?
And now,
I think the game wants you to change it.
like I got Inscription. That's a game that we could play at some point, single player
You can
wise.
best tell a
but-
town by its saloon. Ouch, a nasty one. Good for me, bad for them.
There's a few games I'd love to play for the channel, like the Sonic Superstars game coming up. Pretty sure that's PlayStation 2 as well. But yeah, we have plenty of options.
Like I wouldn't mind. I'll run a Street Fighter either, the new one, like the story mode for Street Fighter 6.
That's
I am.
I'm just gonna keep
Don't let
returning to these two
stagecoaches
goddamn
fast
boxes.
approaching. Light the fuses, man. and
Apparently,
burn the
that's all I'm
smithereens.
fucking doing is going back to
Gotta
these
blow
two
all the barrels
boxes.
before the stagecoach arrives. I'll never get tired of this.
Are you sure about
I
that,
will.
ma'am? Nice to know that checking the amount of time left will just do that.
Yep.
Also, how fast are they at repairing that window?
Oh, second chance.
It breaks fresh every time I send the ball through it. That window up there.
Oh, that window.
They must have it down pat by now.
See? And you
Honestly,
can't
I
tell
think
me.
they just have more. Honestly, I think they just have like panes of glass they keep putting in front of that one window.
Apparently so, because that was 3 in a row in the same window.
I'll be back.
She'll be back.
This ain't the town you're looking for.
So, something that we did recently, and I know we talked about it a little bit, but we finished up with Spyro. And how do you feel about that, Mason?
Leaving so
Really?
soon?
You feel relief?
You know, I mean, I'm not great at platformers. I was getting better, but that last boss, oh my lord.
What are you looking forward to as we continue on through that series? Like, you know, the second one we're gonna do next, and then we're gonna do the third one. What are you looking forward to the most as we continue on? Because from this point,
Because it's a bit mean.
because from this point forward, you're an observer. You might as well just say it, because Cody's gonna be mean right back to you anyway.
I'm kind of looking forward to see exactly how bad the things are that you guys were complaining about, like the egg thieves later on.
It's still more of an issue for me than Justin at that point.
Yeah, no, it is the worst in Spyro 3.
I do believe, that the bear is worse for you than he is for me, Justin.
I think so. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. He's more prevalent. That's not the word I'm looking for.
Prevalent.
Okay, man, that wasn't what I was looking for. Okay. In my game than yours, given he shows up more in them.
You at least get to take revenge on him.
Yes, but I get that at the end.
Is the mail a jewel thief or something? Or like a treasure?
That's one way to look at him.
Yeah. In one sense of the word, he is. It's like I told you before, Mason. No, I can't say he's Jeff Bezos because he doesn't contribute anything to society. He's the IRS.
Oh, good God.
No, he's worse than that.
He's a gatekeeper that works for the IRS.
Pay me to pay your taxes.
Joker walks up, sees the gatekeeper, just turns around and walks away. It's like, even I'm not crazy enough to deal with this shit.
No, Joker would see this character and immediately proceed to bash his skull in with a crowbar.
He would. The IRS point is just to give you an idea of how money obsessed he is.
I know, but I mean, if there was an actual guardian of gatekeeper for the IRS, if you saw the gatekeeper of said IRS, you'd probably walk away. Even Joker said, the IRS, no siree, you won't mess with them.
Oh, I remember.
I also remember him making an Alcatraz reference in that episode. Which had been shut down by the time that series had come out.
Yeah.
Not the episode, the entire series.
Now that place is a tourist trap. But I don't think you can just... I don't remember. Can you casually view it anymore? I know some people can pay for, like, night tours or something, but...
I think they still have a night tour.
Because it's supposed to be haunted.
I know they do a night tour. I don't think they do day tours anymore because it fell out of fashion. It wasn't lucrative enough.
Why is this man on the track? What is happening?
Come for your ball. You bested your weekly score. Keep going.
Am I murdering voters? Okay, I was supposed to be murdering voters. And I got 8 million points for murdering voters. $10 million? What did I get 10 million for?
You got a bonus of another $1 million.
Why? I don't know anymore. I got fishermen with fish.
This is going off a topic we were talking about yesterday, I believe.
Oh, hey, look, I'm finally in the upper 10,000. Anyway, continue.
Yesterday we were discussing sending cryptids to other nations to terrorize them.
Yes.
We were.
For some reason, you pointing out the fisherman had gotten onto the board reminded me of Paul Bunyan. So I had the thought, what if we sent the actual physical embodiments of tall tales to other nations to terrorize them?
Oh no, the cryptids was one thing. The tall tales are something else.
Let's send Paul Bunyan. Let's see how that works out.
Look, man, I don't know about you, but if there's anyone that I'm gonna send in with Paul Bunyan, he's gonna be riding on his shoulders, and it's gonna be John Henry. I am sending in the steel-driving man.
We're going to send Pecos Bill alongside Johnny Appleseed.
Oh God. That's one way to destroy an ecosystem.
He's just gonna turn it into apples.
Ecosystem.
He's just gonna start
I think you
planting
mean
apple
save the
trees, man.
ecosystem.
Don't you remember what Johnny did? He planted orchard after orchard after orchard. That's good for the
I am.
environment.
I'm aware of that, but at the same time, depending on how many he plants and what the original ecosystem was, that could technically destroy it.
We're going to send him to Russia.
He may have some trouble growing apples there.
I mean, he might. But if anyone's going to figure out how, it's going to be him.
Then again, he did grow apples in Michigan. Michigan's climate is not too far away from Russia's.
Depending on where in Russia you are.
Depending on where in Russia you are.
Like, isn't there like an entire section of Russia that's just permafrost?
Yeah, he's not doing anything up there. I don't think he's gonna accomplish that.
Isn't that region like 20% of Russia?
It might be.
If he managed, the Russians would just be... the Russians would give up just because we froze it. So that alone.
Surrender! I will plant more apples! Weirdest goddamn threats we've ever come up with.
The minds would break from seeing it.
I'm gonna force feed you an apple, pre-peeled, after Peiko shoots off your trigger finger.
He's gonna start introducing them to all the shit apples can do. We got apple pies, we got apple sauce, we got apple fritters, we got apple dumplings, we got apple cider, we got apple donuts. For anybody who lives outside of the Midwest, y'all don't know exactly how big of the part of the culture fucking apples are.
Can I just say,
apple
I'm
bread.
amazed apple cider was so far down on that list. Given your and mine love for apple cider.
I do love me some apple cider. That is, I am in that camp. I don't hate pumpkin spice, but I am firmly in the apple cider is my fall beverage of choice camp. Hot,
Apple cider
cold,
is
doesn't
the
matter.
malt beverage of choice. I will die on this hill, even if I stand alone.
You're clearly not alone. I like just
You know,
told you that's where I was at.
Even I'm not a fan of pumpkin spice. Apple cider, though, you give me some of that and I'm good to go.
Listen, give me some ice cold apple cider, some hot pumpkin pie, and some whipped cream. It's all good.
I'm content. I will be content at that point.
Oh yeah.
I could die a happy man at that moment in time.
Heck,
You know,
make a
that's one of
pumpkin
the-
cake and I'll be even happier.
That's one of the. That was one of the nice things about growing up with a Southern grandparent. Is her homemade pumpkin pie is goddamn delicious. Like it is delicious.
My grandparents never made pumpkin pie. They would usually make, my grandma, my dad's side would usually make rhubarb cake or blueberry buckle.
Blueberry buckle's pretty good. No, my grandma would always make pumpkin pie. She would always make French silk pie, knowing damn well I was the only one who was going to eat more than one piece of it.
French silk pie?
French silk pie. Have you never had French silk pie?
I never even heard of it.
Yeah. How the fuck you never heard of French silk pie?
I haven't.
Remember the family he grew up with.
Alright, you've reminded me. French silk pie is a very... it's a very good tasting chocolate pie that in my personal opinion isn't like overwhelming, but it is still a rich chocolate taste.
Chocolate?
Yes. A specific type of chocolate pie.
Mason, this may come as a shock to you, but there's more than 3 types of chocolate in the world.
What kind of chocolate pie are we talking about here?
I just got done telling you, man, it's good, it's rich, but it's not overwhelming. If they can make chocolate pudding into a pie, what the hell else did you expect was gonna happen? Do not sit there and tell me you've never had a pudding pie.
I've had one.
Yeah, okay.
I think starting in high school.
At least you had one. I'm gonna tell you something else that I ate frequently growing up with a southern grandparent that you might not like the sound of, but is delicious. It's mayonnaise cake.
I was gonna go real stereotypical and say cornbread.
Actually, my nana never made cornbread. If she did, it was not very often. It was not a staple at her house, but... No, Mason, mayonnaise cake.
I've heard you mention it before, and after you explain how it works, it didn't sound bad.
No, it's good. It's good. I mean, it's just... Mayonnaise is just eggs and oil. I don't know why people keep freaking out. You just don't put in any eggs and oil. You just put in mayonnaise.
I would have to try it to be something like it.
It's
As for
moist,
cornbread-
it's delicious, and if anybody needs proof, fucking Dylan B. Hollis on, or B. Dylan Hollis on TikTok, he made one, and he goes on about how delicious it is. Go fucking watch that.
Consider it. My second cousin's grandmother from his mom's side, she makes like the best molasses cookies I've ever had.
Molasses cookies are pretty good.
I would literally fight her family tooth and nail because of those cookies.
No, my grandma's other specialty that my brother and I have gotten into fist fights over is her deviled eggs. Not a lot of people are, but there's enough of them to make it. And last year, she gave me the recipe for it. She gave me the recipe for it last year, and I made it for. We made it for an event at my wife's family's house. Because she's not a fan of deviled eggs either, but I really wanted to make them, so she made them with me. And then we got declared the deviled egg people. Like, we were required to bring those for future events.
I don't know who's going to watch this in the future, but they're going to walk away from this video very hungry.
So hungry. We're gonna be listening to this and just suddenly be craving sweets. And
Well, we might as well
eggs.
just make it worse. My nana also liked to make soda ham.
That's
If-
good, man.
For those of you that aren't in the South, soda ham is exactly what it sounds like. It's a ham that you made with soda.
I've never heard of that.
Okay, that one I'm not too surprised about because, like I said, that's considered a Southern thing. That's not a Midwestern or a Northern thing, to my knowledge. But when you're making the ham, soda is involved in the process. She hasn't taught me how to make a soda ham before, so I can't make you one. But I can tell you, it's pretty good. It's sweet. You ever have like a honey glazed ham?
Yeah, once or twice.
I would put it in that category of hams. It's good, it's sweet. It's just good
You see, my
ham.
mom looked up a recipe for soda ham a while ago, and I have no idea if it's the same thing you've had. But basically, it's you cook the soda. That was you cook the ham in soda.
Yeah, that's soda ham.
She's tried it with Coke, like off-brand Kroger brand cola. And here's another one for you if you don't live in the Midwest: Burners.
Medicine. Actually, Verner's is specifically Michigan. That's not even a Midwest thing. That is Michigan right there. Good old Michigan medicine. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's ginger ale, but it's better than everybody else's.
It
One
is.
of the two V's of being sick. If you were sick, you had Vicks and Vernors, and you'd be fine in a day. Doesn't
And if-
matter what it was.
And if you couldn't get your hands on any Verner's, you had to live with the 7-Up as a substitute.
7 Up or Sprite.
Seven Up makes a good cake too, but we're on that Werner shit right now. And for those of you,
cookbook burners here.
For those of you that doubt me, my mother-in-law, or my stepmother, not my mother-in-law, my stepmother, is in Texas with my father. Loves ginger ale. When they came up here, either for my graduation or for my wedding, she tried it and is now angry at the fact that you cannot get it outside of Michigan. They live on the opposite side of the country, and she loves ginger ale, and yet my father's told me before, if you ever send me a package, I need you to include like a case or a 2-liter of Werner's, because it's her favorite, and we can't get it here.
No, that makes sense. You know you can't really get Lucky Charms in Spain.
Yeah, that's an American cereal.
Yeah, that's not uncommon.
Yeah, my
You know what?
sister-in-law,
Sorry, continue.
before she moved to Michigan, when she still was only visiting during the summer times, she would like take boxes of the Lucky Charms with her home because of how much she loved it, and they didn't have it.
So
For the rest of you, I'm gonna rub in a little bit more. Y'all ain't got Faygo, y'all ain't got Better Made chips, and Superman ice cream originated here, so y'all can suck a fat one, alright?
They don't even have Better Made. Oh, that is sad.
So either I or my grandmother have lost this. We had a cookbook specifically for Twinkies. It was a Twinkie cookbook.
I remember that thing existing. I think my mom had it at some point.
So now I've told a couple of my coworkers about this, and their response was, "That sounds like diabetes." Okay, that's what that is.
So this
So for reference, what this is it's a Twinkie that you deep fry in strawberry syrup.
Oh Lord.
Now speaking of Twinkies, my mom has a specialty, alright? So my mother would make this for every band function, and it would be gone by the end of the band function. So whenever one of us was in a grade that needed dessert brought, this is what she was making. She made Twinkie tiramisu. And it was fucking delicious. Mason, have you ever had tiramisu before?
Yeah, I've had tiramisu before.
Okay, yeah. So instead of ladyfingers soaked in espresso, it's Twinkies. It's Twinkies soaked in espresso.
Oh Lord.
That's how you do it, buddy.
And it was delicious.
No, my old man makes banana bread,
So does my wife.
and my mom makes apple bread.
Blueberry apple?
Honestly, I don't know if it's banana apple or blueberry apple. I think she makes both, actually, and they calls it the exact same thing.
Huh.
My mom usually makes either chocolate chip banana bread or chocolate chip zucchini bread.
Meanwhile, my only original recipe I've made is barbecue sauce. It's the only thing I've contributed.
Damn good barbecue sauce.
It is good. I give myself that. It's good. My dad wants to know how to make it, and I told him no. I didn't give any of my siblings the recipe. My mother demanded the recipe, and the only one that has it is Greg. Greg is the only one who has it. And that's because I was too poor to afford to give him a wedding present, and I was like, look, man, this was all I could think of. And he was grateful for it.
So I've currently inherited my old man's chicken soup recipe. At some point, actually, I've also gotten the chili recipe. I'm just too lazy to make it.
Did you get both versions of the chili recipe? Because I can't have the one. The one will kill me.
Honestly, the only difference is whether or not I add hot peppers. That's the only difference between the two.
Yeah, okay.
I need to get my mother's pumpkin cookie recipe. I would love it. I'd love to make
It's
that.
only
That
a matter
is
of time before he gives me the recipe for his baked beans, which I more or less have already figured out on my own.
I have my grandma's pumpkin cookie recipe. I do have that. I also have my mom's creamed Brussels sprouts recipe, which is delicious. You've had it before, Mason. You admitted it was good.
It's a shame I don't like Brussels sprouts.
Neither does Mason, but he admitted it was good.
I don't remember all that clearly, but then again, I'd have probably have to eat it again to remember.
It was the Brussels sprouts. It was like cooked in cream. It had bacon and cheese in it.
That's probably why I was able to eat it.
Well, like I said, I didn't like them growing up either, but I would eat the leftovers of that every goddamn day I could. I've tried other things. I've tried, I had an anime cookbook. I tried making some karage, learned the proper way to make onigiri. They were both pretty good. I got an Elder Scrolls cookbook, and we're gonna be making festival pies here in a few days, and I'm excited to try those. We made a hand pies recipe from the D&D cookbook, and that made it into our family cookbook because even though we kind of fucked up the pastry on the outside, the filling was goddamn delicious.
You see, part of me deep down wants to see if there's a Fallout cookbook.
There probably is.
But honestly, the only thing I try to make out of that is a goddamn Deathclaw omelet.
Like, I have the Necrodom Nom Nom too. I haven't made anything out of that yet.
I swear to God, that book is in Borderlands 3 in the DLC.
It might be. But like when I got Baking Yesteryear, that TikToker's baking book, and there's a few recipes in there we want to try too. And I've joked around about making you and Brady eat that SpaghettiOs gelatin ring before.
Yeah, you've talked about it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like reliving the 60s though.
Okay, so there is a Fallout cookbook.
But
I'm not surprised.
The way we've been doing it is we try recipes, whether they were family recipes or whether they're recipes from cookbooks. And if we like them, we'll either change them up a little bit and see if we still like them, or we'll just put them right into our family cookbook and just be like, yep, this is generational now.
The only thing that would shock me in that Fallout cookbook is if it gives you the recipe to make Nuka-Cola Quantum.
I've seen bartenders make that.
I'm not surprised.
I've seen alcoholic and non-alcoholic versions.
Look, egg omelets, Deathclaw meats, Blamco mac and cheese.
Oh, they have Blamco.
Like, if I could find the recipe for like Nuka-Cola Quantum and Nuka-Cola Quartz and Nuka-Cola Victory, I believe, it'd be fantastic.
They might have them. I can't.
I doubt it's in there.
You'd have to buy it in order to see. But I think that's a pretty good note to leave it on. Just delicious food and hunger.
Yeah, they're gonna be that moment you guys end this video. You're gonna be going to snatching for some snacks.
The reason I say that is because we're ending this video, Mason.
Yep, I know.
So with those delicious hunger pangs to leave you satisfied, we will see you all when we actually have a plan for what we're doing.
Yep. See you later.
Bye.